strong.
Welcome to lesson number 7. I am Peter Okebukola. Oh, you don't believe it because I'm not in suit today. This is because today, June the 20th, 2021, is International Father's Day. The International Father's Day is celebrated every third Sunday of June. And I like to remember my dad, who was a World War II veteran. He fought during the Second World War. After the Second World War, he joined the police. So I grew up in the barracks. And my dad, my great dad, taught me discipline. He taught me good core values, fear of God, and also my mom. So I remember him today and always. So I take the opportunity also to wish all the fathers in our training program, and of course other fathers elsewhere, happy International Father's Day. Be a good father to your parents. Be a good grandfather. Teach them core values of important core values. And we wish all of us, well today. I've been receiving messages from my children, from my grandchildren. There are 11 of them, 11 grandchildren. And I'm so happy today. Because today is a lesson that has a tinge of culture in it. That's why I didn't put on a suit. I put on my native attire. Do you like it? If you don't like it, that's not your own headache. Me, I like it as I see myself. So today's lesson is about instilling a culture of quality. Culture of quality, not culture of dress. Dress don't finish. Culture of quality in our institutions. The input, process, and outcomes. Input, process, output, and outcomes. How do you ensure that we have quality 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? That is the heart of the matter for this lesson on instilling quality culture in institutions. So let us begin. Oh yes, we'll begin with a slight tweak of the title. We'll talk about instilling, but more than instilling is sustaining. So our title for lesson 7 is instilling and sustaining quality culture in higher education institutions. So what are we going to learn in this lesson? We're going to define quality culture. We're going to explain the importance of instilling and sustaining quality culture, and then we'll look at practical strategies for instilling and sustaining quality culture, and there are challenges which we will state, and last but not the least, we'll look at practical ways of tackling the challenges. Now I'm going to tell you a story, a tale of two institutions, the police barracks and the university. In the opening I told you that I grew up in the barracks. So this is where I grew up. 1951, I grew up in the same barracks. Now, in 1950, between 1956 and 63, these barracks look like Sheraton, look like the Hilton, because every last Saturday of the month, we get what we call barracks inspection. Barracks inspection will be when you have a team of officers. They will come and check even your toilet, your bedroom, everything. Now, I was in charge of getting my dad's kit, ready. So I would put the kit, line the brasso, the thing, everything, spick and span. Now look at the barracks now. So why am I telling this tale? I'm telling this tale because quality assurance is important for maintaining, of course, maintaining quality. See what we have. Now look at a typical barracks, police barracks today. Now let's get to the university. I said a tale of two institutions, the barracks and the university. I was in the University of Ibadan in 1970. And this is me here. This is Student Representative Council. I was a politician somehow at that time because I was representing Independent Soil along with others. So Independent Soil, you need to look at it like a 3-star hotel. We clean our rooms. We get people to, they contract some people who come to clean our rooms like a hotel. They lay our beds and all that. So it was clean. Now, that is not quality in terms of academics. But in terms of academics, we read and read and read. We were very, very focused on our work. In 2021, The story is different, although it is still great UI. So, hey, of course, this is me, Peter A. Okebukola. You want to know about this? That, my friends, is another story. It's a story for another day. Let's get on to the first learning outcome. What is quality culture? I defined quality culture in 2016 in a book as a set of values that guide the attainment, maintenance, and sustenance of quality standards in an institution. And I said a state of being constantly quality aware. That is a reference of that one. But why is it important for us to instill? Like you can see, I've highlighted sustain. It's not just to have it there, but to sustain it. To sustain it. Now, we want to ensure that our graduates and research from our universities are of poor quality around the year. So, if you maintain quality culture, it will ensure that that happens. We want to improve the ranking of our universities and the public perception. So, if you maintain quality culture, that will help you. If you have a bad university as a result of some compromise with quality, it's going to give you a bad name. So quality culture will sustain is the word, the good name of the institution. And if your institution has a good name, all those universities with low enrollment, you will not find that, although low enrollment is occasioned in large part by money, by high fees or relatively high fees because of the poverty in the land. But if you have a good name, like there are some universities in Nigeria, private universities that are, people are scrambling, to attend. So increase will help to increase enrollment and attract quality staff all over the world. And your vision, mission, and strategic goals will be speedily attained if you instill and sustain quality culture. So you can see that instilling and sustaining quality culture is a good way to go. And it will also minimize the cost of running the institution. So if you have quality all the way, unlike when you let quality go down the drain, and by the time you wake up, the whole place is the thing is decayed. So it will cost you more money. This morning, very early, I did a quick survey of our participants. Some of our participants, the director of quality assurance and the vice chancellor, asked them about what practical strategies they are using to instill quality culture and sustain quality culture in their universities. As I said, this track is practical track, no theory. So we want to find out how are these people doing it in their universities. So these are those who responded. There are case studies of our universities instill quality culture. I have Professor Eric Amadi from Rivers State University. You can see what he said. They are very genuine, german things. Professor Arike Wuyo Karim Abidemi from Southwestern University in Okinawa, Ogun State. They'll give us a lot of how the university, that Southwestern University, conducts itself in instilling quality culture. Professor Johnson Fatukun of Anchor University said, we hold workshops for both staff and students on the concept of quality. And they assess academic staff every semester and release the scorecard to every lecturer. This is very, very good. Professor Gabardine of University of Abuja, sensitization of best practices, reward for excellence, and all of these things that you have here. I'm not going to waste time here. You can pause because I've offloaded some of this into the comprehensive list of strategies for instilling and sustaining quality culture. Oh, did I say comprehensive? No, we couldn't have said it all. There are several other ideas that you may have as participants. So what are these ideas? There are some that I have, and the ones from the survey that I did, you are going to see towards the end of this slide. You see, if you constantly remind the community, your university community or high institution community about quality, being the watchword, through posters, you send them bulletins, newsletters, flyers, and jingles, it will help to say, oh, there's quality that we should sustain. And then if staff are doing well, students are doing well in some measures of quality, and you reward excellence, the others will be jealous. Oh, but I can do this. So I can do, I can earn as much Google metric index of I-10 or overall citation than this person. So let me work hard. Now, if you have a quality assurance policy and you are not enforcing it, people are transgressing it and they're getting away with it. You can't sustain quality culture. No matter who is affected, you must sanction. Then if you rank faculties, it will foster competition among the faculties and everybody will be on their toes not to compromise quality. That's number 4. Number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, going all the way are the suggestions from the survey that I did. These people between 7 a.m. when I called for them to make contributions and 12 noon, I'm so impressed with them. Professor Fatogun said, hold workshop for both staff and students on the concept of quality, like I mentioned earlier. Professor Garibaldin, I also mentioned some of these earlier. Sensitization on best practices, reward for excellence in performance, effective feedback system, enforcement of sanctions where necessary. I mentioned this in my own bit here. Establish support service units to build culture of qualitative research in staff and students, such as Center for Sponsored Projects, Center for Undergraduate Research, Center for Innovative Teaching. These are some of the wonderful centers that they have University of Abuja. Work and study scheme for students with 3.5 and above. So if students with 3.5 and above see that they have some job to do in the university, given to them on the basis of their high CGP, others will wake up. That's sustaining quality culture. Leadership by example on the part of Mr. Vice Chancellor, and above all, technologically driven governance and management system which promotes principle of right first time. Let's see Professor Muazu from Modibo Adama University in Yola. Periodic and unscheduled visitation to lectures to monitor teaching and learning outcomes. Administration of questionnaire to students to assess quality of lecture delivery. Professor Okuneye, my dean and Director of Quality Assurance of Lagos State University, he said, regular meetings with members of the University Quality Assurance Committee, prompt release of decision extract, follow-up of implementation of decision extract by calling and visiting, insisting on best practices on any matter across the university. Professor Tanglang of National Open University of Nigeria, the Director of Quality Assurance, having quality assurance officers in all the faculties and study centers. It's a specialized university with study centers, 73, some one or something all over the country. So having quality assurance officers in those study centers is a good way to go. Mock accreditation exercise. Now, ranking as a strategy for promoting quality assurance culture. I want to focus on this and give you my AUC experience. So the universities have given you their experience. Now, AUC staff make up about 2/3 of the participation. Now, let me give you my AUC experience. And that will be coming up next after the break. Yeah, welcome back from the short break. And as I said, I want to give you my AUC experience. 2001 to 2006, I was the executive secretary of the National Universities Commission. As soon as I got in there in August, we then started what we call departmental league tables. I release this every week from the time I got into office, and I call it my Monday memo, written by Peter Okebukola, the executive secretary, bringing in several elements. One major element which relates to this lesson number 7 is the departmental efficiency rating. Now, what I have here is for the month of March 2002. What were we doing? I did set up what I call an efficiency unit in my office, led by Mr. Bode Agbaoye, who rose to become a deputy executive secretary. We have Mr. Bolaji there, and we have Mr. Aleke Alayande, who is a strong member of the Directorate of Academic Planning. So we had several variables clustered into this, into departmental efficiency. Mail turnaround time. What does that mean? When I send out a mail from my office to a department, say department to the director of physical planning, and they will track it. The efficiency unit will track it. How long does it take that department to treat the mail and get it back to me? That's turnaround of mail. We had a target of, say, maximum 48 hours. The mail must turn around. The staff punctuality. By 8 a.m., the efficiency group will go around the different directorates in this thing and check who are those that are present at 8 o'clock. And after about 12 noon, they'll go check again, because when we started, people will just go, okay, fine, they have reported, and some will just dodge out about 9 or 10 or so. But we kept monitoring them. The rate of response to assignments. When I give an assignment to a to a department, we call them the department at that time, to a department, and we'll be monitoring, the efficiency unit will be monitoring to see how quick they will respond to the assignment and give me feedback and all. Different from mail turnaround. The success rate in conducting departmental-based activities and post-closing time holding power. Hey, what does this mean? 4 o'clock, the bosses will be there to take people away. But you see, we go around at about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock to see those who are still in the office working on the NUC-based thing. So we score all of this. For this, this part of the memo I just extracted, I present below the efficiency rating of departments in the commission. So for March 2002, we had this. Director of Finance and Administration, we had just 5 departments in the whole of NUC. Director of Physical Planning, Directorate of Academic Planning and Research, the Directorate of Department, of ICT, Department of Special Projects, this one. So you can see this one, the efficiency percentage rating. By the following week, everybody will be scrambling to say, oh, no, DSPS, we don't want to come last again, we want to come. So if you looked at my Monday memos over time, you'll find variability in the scores. The one that has come last year will want to come first. The one that has come first will not want to leave the first position. So this is a strategy for making quality culture in NUC. Now let's get back to the universities. How can we use ranking as strategy for promoting quality culture in Nigerian universities or any higher education institution? I'll give you a set of indicators which you, as directors of quality assurance, or even the vice chancellors that are here, can encourage your directorate of quality assurance to implement. So you will rank the faculties. If you have like about 10 faculties in your university, or 3 or 4, whatever number, proportion of students in a faculty with CGPA in the first class and second upper degree category. Of course, Senate will approve some results. We'll check all 3 point something, 4 point something, 4, and all of that. So the director of quality assurance, I hope you people, director of quality assurance, attending this workshop will tell me, I'm going to track you in another 3 months to tell me that you're already implementing some of this. Mean I-10 Google Scholar citation of staff. So you get citation of staff from Google I-10, I-10 Google citation of staff in different faculty. You find the average. Some will not submit because they don't get anything. They're just making mouth. They don't have Google Scholar presence. But those that have, you can check yourself. They need to give to you. Just check, and then you just say Google Scholar. Let me give you a quick demo. Yeah, so you just go to Google. You say Google Scholar. I'm going to take the 5 people who responded to me. Google Scholar, Eric Amadi. Yeah, we're looking at the I-10. Yeah, that's it. This is Eric Amadi here. So let me open it, and then we'll see. You can see Eric Amadi. If it's our own Eric Amadi in the room. Rivers State University of Science and Technology, same university. From 2016, he has an I-10 index of 10. So you record it as 10. Okay, let's take another of DQAs here. And that is Karim Abidemi Arikewuyo. Yeah, so we have Karim Arikewuyo. I hope it's Karim Arikewuyo. So let's see what we have. Karim Arikewuyo. Okay, we have I-10 index of 1. So making 11. You know, we're going to find average, making 11. The next is Nebath Tanglang. Let's check him out. Yeah, here we are, Nebath Tanglang. Let's see what Nebath Tanglang I-10 index is 0. Okay, so we'll record that. Next is Rafiu Olaoluwa Okuneye. Yeah, so Rafiu Olaoluwa Okuneye hasn't got any Google Scholar presence, which is not the best. He hasn't got any Google Scholar presence. Olaoluwa Olutu. So that's a 0. Next is Gabadin Wasiu. Wasiu Gabadin, Wasiu Bello, this Wasiu Olugbenga Gabadin. This is not Google Scholar presence. So that's a 0. This is not good enough, please, all of you. It's not good enough to have Google Scholar presence, but that's the hallmark, that's the international currency of measuring your, tracking your, measuring is the word, your scholarship. So that's a 0. I don't like these zeros, please. Next is Amadinko Gaya Muhazu Modibo Adama. Yes, let's check him out. Yeah, Amandiko Gaya Muhazu hasn't got a Google Scholar presence, not good at all. So if you say a director of poetry, you yourself know this thing, it's not good. Muhazu Abdullah, that's not it. So that's another 0. Last but not the least is Fatokun Johnson. Yes, Johnson Oladele Fatogun has a Google Scholar presence. So let's see what we have. Yeah, very not bad. He has 1 here. A citation since the beginning of time, 110 since 2016. That's a 5-yearly thing. 5 years, 59.3. So that's it. He has 1. Oh, yes, I can see some people saying, oh. Yes, what about you, Mr. Facilitator General? Wouldn't be your own. So let's check Peter Okebukola out, Google Scholar citation. That's it there. I have 5,722 all the way. My I-10 index is 42. I think this is not too bad. It's not too bad. So what do we have as the mean I-10 index for, if this is a faculty, the staff in the faculty? You have Amadi 10, 1,000,001. That's 12 divided by 7, that's 1.7. So you record this as 1.7 for that faculty. So you do it for that faculty and then you rank them and publish it. So the people will say, oh, I'm not doing well in this. So that's how you will instill the culture of quality and also sustain it. So that's number 2, mean I-10 Google Scholar citation of staff. So what are we doing? We are suggesting to you what you can use as ranking indicators for the faculty so that everybody will sit up and it will let the quality culture be sustained. The next one is lecturers' use of technology to support lesson delivery. So you send your people out just random to different faculties. Let's see those who are using technology, those who are not, and then you record that and you put the measure and you rank. Adherence of administrative staff to official daily resumption time. We did this in LASU where I was the director of the Quality Assurance Implementation Committee. We'll go around 8 o'clock. We'll find out those faculties that are not woken up. Woken up will mean those that have not reported for this administrative staff, and we record it and we publish it. Promptness of administrative staff in attending to students' administrative requests. You work out the methodology for doing that, and you gather data and you rank. Most vigilant faculty against examination malpractice. Percentage of students in the faculty addressing the dress code. I mean, wearing the dress that's recognized. Sorry, there must be some mix up here. Proportion of faculty buildings They faced with posters. So that's another measure. Level of academic and social courtesy. You're going on the corridor and find the students pushing you down and all that. So some cleanness of classrooms and general environment. These are some of the things you can use for ranking. There are challenges to sustenance of quality culture. I will have asked our wonderful respondents, our great directors of quality assurance, to tell us some of this. What are the challenges? You will have some challenges that you will have noticed in your university, but these are practical challenges that they noticed. Professor Arikewuyo, Karim Abidemi Arikewuyo of Southwestern University Nigeria, Okwawa said, he said all of this, but I just highlighted a couple of them. Non-cooperation of management and staff. Professor Neba Tanglang of Noun, I think it means nonchalant attitude and non-compliance. Professor Rafi Okune, you can say I highlighted everything here because it gave very rich, all of them very rich, but some richer than the others. Professor Okune said reluctance to comply with rules and regulations. There are some people, they just want to do, they are reluctant to comply. And people take compliance to rules and regulations as a burden. This is too much now. How will quality culture thrive if you have such people in the place? So that's a challenge that Professor Okune brought out very strongly. Now that people forget best practices easily. You go to them and say, oh, this place, this side is done and all that. Oh, yeah, that thing. But next day they are forgotten. Next month they are forgotten. Willpower to enforce best practices on the part of management is not high enough. Frustration is experienced sometimes. Yes, you get frustrated. He's director of quality assurance. So he proposed to management, can you do this? No, they're dragging their feet, cold feet now. Conducive atmosphere to operate is not sustained. Professor Wasiu Gabadin of University of Abuja. Resistance to change that characterized most of the reforms of the current administration on the part of staff and students within the system and other community members. Professor Muazu Modibo Adama University, Yola, attitude of students towards learning. Professor Johnson Fatogu, some staff and students find it difficult to detach from past attitude. This is very correct. Inertia to change. They find it difficult they want to do the thing the same way, the same poor quality way. Resistance and refusal to allow change. Now, I need to get back to this because, let me get back to this because there's going to be the discussion forum for Wednesday will focus on strategies for instilling and sustaining quality culture. You'll be asked to give maybe like 10 strategies because there are 20 marks. So you better note these strategies. You know, Garbadin has so many, so you can get many from here. Muazu has so many, you can get many from here. Professor Okune has many, you can get many from here. Professor Tanglan also has here. So you better note this slide because there will be basis for the discussion forum on Wednesday. Yeah, challenges, yes, as we were saying, and the challenges are meant to be overcome. So how did this, our elite directors of quality assurance, overcome these challenges? This is practical track. There's no theory here. So you are telling us these are case studies, how they've been able to strive to overcome the challenges. So let's look at what Professor Amadi said. Development of a students and staff self-evaluation performance e-platform for all. Insisting on the expansion of the Committee on Director of Quality Assurance. Professor Arikewuyo of Southwestern University, Okwawa, is saying persuasion of management team and staff. Professor Tanglang said reporting to the chief executive. Professor Kuneye, you can see what Professor Kuneye said again. Self-determination to make impact. That means you decide. There's a challenge, yes, but you determine. You are not. Web blanket is not thrown on your enthusiasm. You are determined to succeed. Insisting on what's being demanded from the people. Identification of those who share same spirit and uphold their support. Professor Wasiu Gabadin, University of Abuja. You can see I've highlighted quite a lot of here. Inauguration of University of Abuja quality assurance team with people of proven integrity in each faculty for grassroots mobilization. Interactive sessions with critical units and of the university for on-the-spot assessment of the operational challenges. free flow of information and engagement with key stakeholders. Above all, setting, implementing, and enforcement standards for qualitative service delivery. Professor Muazu, Modibo Adama University, Yola, orientation for students, continuous interaction with the Students' Union, SUG. Well, me, I know they put G there, the Students' Union. When you give them government, say Students' Union government, get it to their head. But well, that's Modibo Adama University. You can't query what you have there. You call it SUG, I just say I call them SU, Students' Union. Periodic guidance and counseling. Professor Johnson Fatokun of Anchor University, through personal appeal, training, and discipline when necessary. Let me get back to something I didn't highlight, which is Professor Arike we are saying, use of personal resources. So university is not able to provide and you want things to roll, then you provide your personal resources. So in this lesson, ladies and gentlemen, what have we learned? We've defined quality culture. We defined it as a set of values, for instilling, for maintaining, and for sustaining the values, culture, the standards that you want. We explain the importance of instilling the quality culture, because if you want your graduates to be consistently qualitative, research that you're conducting to be qualitative, you've got to maintain quality culture. And if you want the name of your university to be famous and the ranking to be good, you've got to ensure that you sustain and instill quality culture. And we describe some practical strategies. We also say the challenges to quality culture, and we identify practical ways of tackling the challenges. That brings us to the end of lesson number 7. Did you notice that I changed my cap? I started with this during the beginning of the lesson, and I moved on to this. This is because Nigeria is very rich in culture. We're talking about culture. We talked about culture during this lesson. And you see, this is, I have another, let's continue the culture celebration of Nigeria. And which of the 3 do you like? See, I have this, I have this, and I have that. Now, that shows that you go to ensure culture in input, culture in process, and culture in output. Very exciting lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next lesson, it is bye for me. And again, happy Father's Day. Bye-bye.